Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here to bring you another exciting game of Rocket League. We are heading over to the Challenger League, where we have the 6 and 7 Drakes, who are on the up and up, going against Flame, who are 10 and 3. Very impressive records. I'm Squirrel, joined by Merely. Merely, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic, Squirrel. Happy to be here. Another classic matchup that we got here actually. Even though, the records, you might think that the Flames have a huge edge. It's not really indicative, I'd say, of the Drake season. They had to fight back in the beginning, and they've looked like a really solid team. So this should be a really good matchup. I'm excited to get underway.
Yeah, absolutely. Should be a close one. The consistent team versus the team that's peaking at the right time. It's definitely going to be an exciting one, and we will get this one right underway as soon as everyone in this lobby loads in or joins up, and then we'll take it away. So, merely,
Yes.
even though the records are very one-sided, the Drakes are on the up and up. So I have to ask, what is your prediction for this one?
Well, I really do think it could go either way, but I think I'm going to have to give the edge to Flame in 5 games for this series. And my reasoning is that although the Drakes have really high points, I've also seen that they can be a little bit more inconsistent than the Flame roster at times. That being said, I do think that if the Drakes show up and play their best Rocket League, then they can definitely come out with a win here. Uh, but I think Flame will take it. And one thing we haven't talked about actually is there's a little bit of tension between these two teams. I know they've been talking in Challenger General a little bit. Both teams definitely have quite a few dogs in the fight, we'll say, as far as some arguments have been going. So I think Flame will take it, but only just barely.
I like it. I like it. I'm gonna have to go the other way on this one. I'm gonna have to go with the Drakes, mainly because Dizzy has been such an X factor in these games, and if he shows up and pops off, I think it could be 3-2, maybe even 3-1. But if not, then I definitely think Flame has a good opportunity. As we get into this one, kickoff, neutral, Ray Ray with a miss in his own corner. Dizzy with a good flick beats one, but a 50 down. Ray Ray takes a high shot just off target. Kiwi pops it middle. Uh, Awkward touch for Dizzy as Flame looking to take this one down into the corner. Flame a backflip from a Flame player into the corner. Ball's up. Kiwi pops it out. Kiwi following up his touch, but Tyrant with a good 50. Uh, Citations with a miss, Dizzy with an open field, but Flip Grader, I think that's how you pronounce that, merely with a great touch. And right now at this first minute, it looks very back and forward. What can you make of this one?
Yeah, so far, looks like a little bit of awkwardness from both teams, something that, isn't too unusual when you're on a stream game. But neither team's really capitalizing, both playing pretty passively. I think there was a couple of opportunities for both teams to score already, but their positioning hasn't quite allowed it. Also, I'm not sure if it's Flip Gator. I'm just imagining like a very acrobatic alligator when I think of that. I've always just called him Flip, so I'm not really sure what that part stands for.
I might just state that calling him Flip as well, as Dizzy takes this one up to Ray Ray. Ray Ray popping it up to himself, but Flip with a good touch off to the side to his teammate. But Dizzy cuts this one off, sends it just wide of the net, and Kiwi tries to get a 50 into the corner. Tyrant looking to clear this one out. Gets it past half field for just a moment, but Dizzy with a good flick. Ray Ray can't quite get the shot as Tyrant gonna push this one out. Gets it by two people. The flick is on
Ooh.
net and it's in.
That's a beautiful flick from Tyrant. Does well to bait out the challenge from Kiwi, and then Kiwi does pretty much all he can trying to keep it from going in, but that flick is just too good. The defender is helpless in that.
Yeah, and that one kind of came out of nowhere. You don't really expect those flicks from the sidewall to go in, but it does, and Flame out to an early lead as they're looking to put some pressure on. Citations is up, plays it off the backboard. Flip looking to turn and shoot. Dizzy with a good save. Dizzy controlling this one out of his half, trying to connect with Ray Ray, but Tyrant cuts it off. Tyrant following up his own touches, looking to get this one middle or take a shot. It's off the back wall, and Ray sends it away. Dizzy with a good read off the wall. Ray looking to play this one down. A great pass. Dizzy's up, but Tyrant clears that one. Kiwi looking to transition back into offense here as Citations cuts him off. Ray, a good backboard clear and a follow up, but Tyrant is there to send it back into the back wall. A lot of really good backboard defense coming out from the Drakes as
Oh
a
my.
good infield pass and Tyrant cleans it up.
And you're not wrong, the Drake's defense actually looks really solid right now, but that's just a ceiling pass from Flip, and then Tyrant just reads it beautifully. That's that team chemistry that you won't see very often in a league challenger or below, but Flame is really showing their offensive prowess here.
Yeah, both teams looking better than what you would expect out of the Challenger League, but that's to be expected from Flame, who's absolutely popping off this season, as Flip sends it to the middle. No one there from his team, though, as Dizzy's going to control this one. Gets a good flick with Citations in the right spot to save that one. This ball pops out to Tyrant, who's going to try to dribble. Beats one. Flip is up, takes a shot, and it barred down and out. Kiwi trying to relieve some pressure. 50s this one over to Dizzy. Dizzy with a good pop. Tyrant off his own backboard. Ray sends it down, and it's saved by Citations. Kiwi trying to keep the offensive pressure as he passes it to Dizzy. Dizzy gets it over two and gets the dribble.
A beautiful play from Dizzy, and finally one of these plays actually works out. He's been doing well to create offensive opportunities, but so far just hasn't been that accurate. Does really well to recognize that he has space there though, and takes it past both defenders. We need more of those plays from Dizzy, but it's going to be tough to keep up with Flame's pass plays. I think they're going to need to look for some team plays of their own, as Flip's going to get another one off the kickoff.
Yeah, it looked like Kiwi just got stuck in an awkward spot here, and he just turns, faces the wrong post, and Flip with an easy shot to the back post behind the defender. And merely, it seems like every time that the Drakes put something good together, Flame is just there to take it back.
It really does seem that way, and it's honestly, like you said, the Drakes aren't even playing bad at all. Flame is just having a phenomenal performance on offense. The Drakes can't seem to score enough to really keep up with it. I mean, it would be difficult for them to even try to do that. So they're going to have to find some way to mess up their defense if they want to stay in this one. Now only 40 seconds left, and they need 2 more goals.
Yeah, it's a long road ahead as Tyrant takes a shot just wide of the net. Flip with the back pass to Citations. Citations looking to control this. Dizzy sends it out. Ray trying to 50. Tyrant doesn't go for it, so Ray controlling the backboard, but Tyrant sends it away. Flip look with the continuation to Tyrant, and they're just working together in tandem to send this one towards the net, but Dizzy sends it away. Kiwi pops it downfield. Ray, they have to score now if they want even a little bit of hope, and that's gonna do it. Game 1 is in the bag. Flame takes the early lead.
Wow, and you have to be feeling a little bit fearful if you're Drakes right now after that performance from Flame. 3 absolutely quality goals, if I'm being honest. Well, okay, we'll say 2 extremely quality goals, 1 kickoff goal that wasn't as impressive as the first 2, but still, the offensive pressure was insurmountable for the Drakes. They had offensive chances of their own, but in the end, they really just couldn't capitalize as often, it seemed.
Yeah, it definitely they were one shot away from being even in that category, but the saves, 4 saves to 2, really was the difference maker as they only lost by 2. And if my math adds up, that is the difference there. So, but
Some
a
quick
great
math for you.
quick math, but a great game from both teams. But what do you think the Drakes have to do here in game 2 to really step it up and match the pace that Flame is putting out?
Well, it's difficult because a lot of the time in games like these, there's not a whole lot that one team might have to fix to kind of give themselves a chance. But I think the Drakes actually are going to have to do something major to match what Flames bring. At least if Flames keeps going the same way, I definitely need them to get some more demos or something to mess up the rotations of Flame. And then the other thing is they need to start looking for these pass plays because Flame is shutting down the solo plays almost every time. If they can start getting some passes put together, though, they'll definitely have a better chance.
Yeah, and Flame, you mentioned passing. Flame looked really good with those passing plays in game one. We'll see if they can bring it out here in game two. Tyrant looking to take this one, pops it off the ceiling straight down. Tyrant follows it up himself, and it's
Oh,
on the goal line. Ray sends it away. Tyrant almost with the highlight clip as Ray just drives around the ball. Citations. Feels backflip as Kiwi's gonna take that one away from him. Off the back wall, Ray's there to shoot. It's a good shot, but Citations is in net. Citations with a good follow up. Temporary open net, and Citations takes it by himself.
and the gravitational pull of the boost in the corner takes another victim for Ray as he spawns. I don't know if he could have gone back to that one either way, but he definitely would have had a better chance. At the end of the day, it was that third man from Drake's making a questionable challenge that allowed Flame to get kind of a free goal there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know the demo on the offensive end wasn't helpful as it put them in an awkward spot, but we'll see if they can bounce back as Dizzy and Ray fail to connect there. But Dizzy gonna pop this one back middle. A big miss by Flip. And another big miss by Flip is gonna leave Ray sending it into the corner. Following it up himself. Kiwi is up. Kiwi with a good touch. But Flip finally connects with it. Flip to Tyrant to Citation, working it down the field. But Ray gonna catch this one and try to dribble it in. Flip with a good save. Kiwi with an awkward touch, and that's off the bar. Tyrant popping it up, and it doesn't look like anyone's gonna be there to shoot as Dizzy gonna send this one away. And right now it might be 1-0, but merely it seems like it could have easily been 3-0.
Yeah, honestly, Flames still carrying the same kind of pressure that they had in the first game. But I will say the Drakes have had chances of their own. And I think if either team was more accurate, this would be a much more high scoring game. Oh no! A defensive mishap for the Drakes, so now they're down by 2.
Yeah, Tyrant looking like Moses here, just splitting the sea of defenders as neither of them communicating whose ball that was, and ended up being an open net that put them down 2 goals as it's starting to mistakes like that merely can easily start to steamroll.
Oh yeah, and as you talk about it, the train is going to keep moving. Now a third goal for Flame. Drakes need to pull their defense together here.
Yeah, and at this level, there is no excuses for that open net, especially that close to kickoff. And with 3 goals down, already down 1 game in the series, you're starting to question the mental fortitude of the Drakes. As Flip gonna send this one way off to the side. A good back pass from Ray to Dizzy, but Citations not giving them any room. And a good pass to the middle. Tyrant is there. Tyrant with a quick shot, barred down, going again off the backboard. And a good touch by Ray to just put it barely out of reach of the defender. Dizzy, seeing what he can do, he gets it over one. Tyrant plays it to the side. Ray 50 strong. This is off the back wall. Flip is up. Flip off the back wall. Couldn't quite get the double touch, and Ray gonna 50 this one out. And merely the pressure from Flame right now is just absolutely ridiculous. What do you do if you're the
It's
Drake to just break out?
Man, first of all, you have to break out of your own mind. After a couple of unfortunate plays, they have to be feeling a little bit down themselves. It seems like it's become evident in their playstyle, but this is not an easy spot to be in. Right now, Flame just has one hand on the Drake's throat, and it's preventing them from doing anything of their own on the other side of the field. Oh man, at half, they're going to have to find some way to break the momentum of Flame.
And 3 goals with a minute and a half left. Not impossible, but they definitely need one soon. As a good demo comes out from Kiwi. Dizzy, not a great flick, but Ray there to help him. Ray Ray can't quite get the touch. Flip gets it over one, but Kiwi plays it back in. Tyrant with a good 50, looking to follow it up himself. Does so with a big dunk, sends it into the corner. Trying to pass this ball middle, off the back wall. Flip with a touch. Flip another one to the middle. No one there to follow it up though, as Dizzy gonna finally get this one out of his half. Citations with solid backboard defense this game, as merely the Flame is not giving them any chances on either side of the ball right now.
Not at all, and it's become apparent that they are not going to let up no matter what the scoreline becomes. They're just constantly there. The third man is playing so close, and oh my goodness, they almost get another crazy highlight reel play. But it doesn't even seem to matter that they're playing so aggressively. Drakes just can't find any success on these counterattacks, and Flame still seems to be fast enough to get back to everything. The Drakes having to fight for every inch.
Yeah, Ray Ray with a momentarily open net there just puts it wide, and that is not what you need going into possible match point of the series.
Now, a scoreless game 2 for the Drakes. That's gotta be so defeating for them, especially seeing how well Flame is playing. You know, there were some mistakes. There were also moments of hope for the Drakes, especially early in this game. You really have to, if you're the Drakes, you really have to try and put out those mistakes from the back of your mind. I mean, it's Rocket League. At every level, people make mistakes that lead to silly goals that should never be scored. They really have to get out of their own head if they want to have a chance in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the only demo I saw that game was from the Drakes was Kiwi demoing one of the Flame players. I don't remember which one, but maybe that's something that they need to focus on a little more, as Kiwi asking for the server reset. So a momentary break in the action as we try to get everyone back in here, but uh, merely how can these demos open up opportunities for the Drakes?
I mean, really, if they can just start taking out any of the Flame players, their rotations are on point so well right now that even just having that momentary lapse in space, giving the Drakes a little bit more space would be huge. I definitely agree that that's something they need to look for. It did look like, I'm not sure if it was out of anger, but they were I think they were going for a couple more demos in the latter half of the last game. Um, but yeah, definitely if they can get some more demos, they'll give themselves a much better chance to actually take some space because without it, I mean, Flames rotations are just looking clearly superior.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that because we've talked a lot about what the Drakes can work on, but not a whole lot on what the Flames on what Flame is doing well. Their rotations look solid. Their offense is looking dangerous. They are so good at finding each other, and they're fast enough to cover any mistakes they make.
Undoubtedly, and that's why it's going to be difficult. Like I've said, a lot of times though, the Drakes haven't looked completely out of this one. When they have opportunities, Flames defense does seem to be their their slightly weaker point. I mean, it still has looked fantastic throughout this entire series, but there have been moments where I think the Drakes had opportunities to score if they were just a little bit more clinical. We'll have to see if they can be in the next, well, taking one game at a time, if they can be more clinical in this game and then continue the momentum.
Yeah, there might be a guy in here named Citations, but the English word we're looking for here for the Drakes is capitalization, as they need to capitalize on some of these offensive opportunities if they want to have a chance in this one. As Ray Ray passes it back to Kiwi, a double commit, not what you like to see early, as Dizzy left last, Flip with a strong 50. Citation sending this one out to Tyrant. Tyrant with a good read, but couldn't quite get there. Ray Ray trying to get this one out of his half, and Dizzy with with a miss, which is unlike him, and another one as Tyrant sends it to Flip, who can't quite get there. Ray Ray, good control to make this one awkward. Tyrant trying to pinch this one out, but Dizzy gonna control it. Dizzy with a good flick towards Ray Ray. Ray Ray sends it down, but not on net. Kiwi with a chance and doesn't quite make the contact he wants, as Citations looking to get this one out. Flip with a good touch. Tyrant off the back wall. Can he make something happen? No. Citations gonna 50 this one. This ball awkward for Flip as Dizzy misses. Kiwi with a shot. Citations back. And right now, merely, the Drakes have pressure, but it just seems a little too slow.
Yeah, as we can see, the ball is staying in Flame's half, but it's really not looking that dangerous on the counter side. It is looking extremely dangerous for the Drakes all of a sudden as a counterattack. And just like that, Flame is back on offense and Flame is back to scoring again.
Yeah, like when Flame has a offensive opportunity, they do it quickly, and it seems like the Drakes on offense just aren't as quick, giving time for Flame's defense to get set up. As Flame now takes the 1-goal lead on match point of the series, and a double
Oh,
commit as
man.
Citations just hits the open net.
Another easy goal, I'll say it, for Flame. And something you said there, actually, I want to touch on again. It does seem like the Drake's offensive opportunities kind of seem like they rely on slow plays, and Flame's instant challenge mentality is just a complete counter to that. I mean, Flame is just sending people, and that double commit with a terrible 50 from the Drakes is just not what you want to see. Flame's going to go up 3-0.
Now, is that 3-0 in the game or 3-0 in the series? Because
It might end up being both.
if Drakes don't fix it quick, then it's looking like it might be the end of their series as kickoff goes neutral. Citations, first one to it, but Kiwi with a big clear. Dizzy opting not to go for that in the air as Kiwi looking to get some control. Passes it over to Ray Ray. Ray Ray with a good touch high, makes it awkward.
Oh my.
Kiwi passes it back, but Citations with solid control here as Ray Ray keeping the pressure on offense, and a clear across. Dizzy is there, but Citations made it awkward for him. So Tyrant with the ball now, fakes one out, doesn't have any boost, gonna leave it for Flip. Flip with the good touch off the wall takes a shot, but Dizzy is back to send it out of his half. Tyrant with a not great touch middle. Ray Ray gonna play it to the corner. Following up his own touch, a good pop, but no one there to shoot. As Citations plays it off the wall, and Tyrant gets it around two. It's a 2-on-3 momentarily, as Kiwi gonna do a good job stalling for his team. And another double commit
Wait.
coming out from the Drakes, and
I
when
thought he
you're
had a flip reset there, actually.
he might have, but with being down 3-0, you cannot have double commits like that.
Definitely not. And it seems like the life from Drake's is just getting sucked out by Flame. They need to try and pull themselves back in. I mean, the game isn't over yet. Yes, this is an extremely difficult comeback to mount, but they have to keep trying. Just take it one goal at a time. And right now, they just look like they've almost given up. As I say that, though, they finally get one goal back, and now it's much more possible for them to get the entire comeback.
2 goals with a minute and a half is definitely doable as Ray Ray puts a nice little change up on net. Well read by the defense though, but Ray Ray puts a great shot as there is a chance. It's a slim one, but there's still a chance as Tyrant looking to take a shot on net. Dizzy, good save. Flip off the backboard. Tyrant going for a bump, but Kiwi does a good job avoiding it. Ray Ray sends it down. That's just off, and you cannot afford to miss those. But Dizzy putting another shot into the box, and Kiwi can't quite make it, and merely they're going to want that chance back.
Yeah, that was such a good opportunity, and I think the pass there was just a little bit too creative. I don't know if Kiwi was low on boost, but that's definitely a ball that you just have to shoot and pray to God that you hit the open net. Now down 1-4 again. Drakes are just going to have to start taking a page out of Flame's book and just challenge everything and pray for the best.
Absolutely, and merely when you're down 3-1 and then you own goal to make that 4-1, what does that do to your mindset as a player and as a team?
Well, I can tell you that it doesn't increase your chances for winning the game. As someone who's definitely been that person who owned gold in a series. Um, it's going to be difficult for the Drakes, and at this point, I really don't think they're going to be able to come back. Flame looking to complete the sweep here, and they've honestly done it in style I'd say 100% deserved.
Oh yeah, Drake's played an immaculate game, or sorry, Flame played an immaculate game as Tyrant gonna put this one in off a great pass by Flip to put this one out of reach.
And that should be the series there, unless we see something absolutely incredible. In all reality, though, this is, I mean, to be honest, I haven't seen Flame play that much this series, but this is definitely the best that I think I've seen any Challenger team play so far from what I've seen of Challengers in Season 4. I mean, especially Games 1 and Game 2, Flame just looked almost unstoppable with their offensive pressure and their just clean rotations.
Yeah, you can tell this team definitely plays together a lot as they try to put another shot in. Unfortunately, the Brazil is out of the question as Citations, with a little help from the Drakes,
Oh, wow.
gonna put in an almost Brazil.
And about as close as you can get, I suppose. A great victory from Flame. Even if I was the Drakes, honestly, I wouldn't be feeling too bad about that one. I'm pretty sure they're still in playoff contention, and they didn't even look like a bad team in this series. Flame just looked extremely good.
Yeah, Flame looked fantastic, and Drake's still with a lot of offensive chances and opportunities, and against any team that's going to be slower than Flame, they definitely could take a series. But Flame just looking too good on the night, as that does conclude our Challenger League series. Uh, Merely, thank you for joining me. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back as we go back to the Challenger League, where we've got 9-4 Ascension taking on 4-9 Bishops. We will see you there.